Hope everybody's doing well today. I know it's been a long time since I've come out with a video, but it's been a lot going on. For those of you who don't know, I've gotten into an accident recently. A car pulled out and ran the red light, smashed into me. So that's been a journey for me as well. But a lot going on. I haven't gone anywhere. Still out in the field, still doing real estate. I don't plan on ever going anywhere. But for those of you who don't know, I challenged myself to close one wholesale transaction using $500 or less. And it's to show people that this is possible even if you have limited funds. And I hadn't posted a video in a while, but if you go back on my last post, then you'll see it's been about 4 or 5 weeks, probably maybe a little even longer. I went through all the steps. You can go watch my last video. But the thing that's been most challenging to me is, finding great leads. It's going to take a lot of grunt work, a lot of driving for dollars, a lot of getting things done that you normally could bypass if you have money. And so, kind of give you an update. I did find some quality leads through my courthouse. It's through probate records. And probate records are the leads that have been at the courthouse, people that have passed away, and these have to go through the court system to see who's going to get the assets that have been left by the decedent. And I pulled a list of those, and I have some quality leads. And so I spoke to someone about their property. I knew that the person had passed away, and make a long story short, she was tired of paying taxes on it. She was the only relative that was paying taxes on the property, and it was sitting vacant, and she was 2 hours away. And we've been speaking and I finally got to a price that was feasible for me, feasible for her, and I can make a good spread on it. And so, along the way, I was 3 days prior to closing, guys. 3 days prior to closing. So there were originally 3 heirs. One of the heirs was living, and one heir was also alive, and then there was one of the heirs that was deceased. So I was dealing with 2 heirs and 1 deceased heir on this property. And so I got everybody to agree. I found the heirs that were deceased. I found his children, because in the state that I'm in, if someone's passed away and there's no will, meaning they died intestate, that means that you have to go back and find their children, or if they're married, find their spouse. A certain percentage go to their children, a certain percentage go to their spouse. And so I managed to find his 3 children. I did that, and I'm also dealing with the 2 heirs that are alive. So I have 5 people total, right? So 2 alive heirs, the 2 heirs that are alive, and the deceased heir had 3 children. So 3 children, 2 adults, that's 5 heirs total. But we're looking to get this thing closed up. We're 3 days before closing. 3 days before closing, paperwork has been sent out, everything is all good to go. And I get a call from a family member that said that Julian, unfortunately, one of the other heirs passed away. He wasn't in the best health, and he passed away. And me being a human, you feel for somebody. Someone just lost a parent. Someone just lost a relative, and so I was very empathetic, sympathetic, and I had to I left it alone, gave them time to grieve and get things situated. But that affected my deal, because now I'm gonna have to open up probate all over again and get things done that way. That's a whole nother ball game, probate situations, but we did that. And so now the number of people involved in this deal goes from 5 to how many ever children the other heir had. And so if the man had 1 child, or if he had 15 children, they were going to have to be involved in this transaction as well. And so I did my research, spoke to the family after the situation had passed, and they were ready to move forward Turns out this man had 3 children. Three children. So now the deal goes from 5 people to, no, I think he had, I'm sorry, 4 children. It goes from 5 people to 8 people, just like that are involved in this transaction. And I'm working through everything as I'm, in real time. And to this day, the deal hasn't closed yet. So depending on when you see this video, it may or may not have closed. But it originally went from 3 heirs, then it went to 3 to 5 heirs, then it went from 5 to 8 heirs. And so as of today, I am probably 2 weeks out from closing this transaction if everything goes according to plan. This is real estate, but it never does. I'm about 2 weeks away from closing this transaction, guys, and that's where things are. Again, this business isn't easy. This is a lot of work, but if everything goes according to plan, this could potentially be between $12,000 to $15,000 assignment fee on this property. So, most people aren't going to do that. Most people aren't going to take the time to dig into this, to reach out to all the heirs, to do the dirty work, to go into the house, to be the liaison between everybody. I'm the middleman between all the heirs, between the attorney, between the buyer. I'm handling everything. It's a lot of paperwork involved, a lot of, keeping everybody updated, because if one person doesn't sign, if one person has an issue, guess what? This thing isn't closing. So I'm having to over communicate with everybody involved to get this thing done. But that's where I am, guys. So I initially thought it was going to take me 45 days, 48 days or less to get a deal. It turns out that it's taking me a little bit longer and a lot more work. But I'm going to give you an update in the next couple weeks on this transaction, on what's happening, if it closes, if it doesn't close. I'm going to show you the check as well. So, guys, listen, I'm going to bring you more content. I'm going to bring you, again, the good, the bad, the ugly. But do me one favor. If I can ask you one favor, is to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also share it with a friend. Someone's going to need to see this, about this business, about how to do things, that it's possible. That it's possible to make it happen. But it won't be easy. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for joining. Subscribe to my channel. More content coming, more videos coming. Until next time, thank you.